We take pictures every day, but it's not every day when your picture is seen by millions around the world.
I woke up the next morning and that picture was in the bottom right-hand corner of Good Morning America.
It was September 2016, and Braxton Winston was one of hundreds of people protesting the police shooting death of Charlotte resident Keith Lamont Scott. As tensions rose, Winston says police used tear gas on the crowd. Unable to shout or breathe comfortably, Winston says he took off his shirt to protect his face and lungs, and then, in what has become a defining moment, raised his fist to speak for him.
I was asking for the police chief to come out. I was asking for the mayor to come out, telling them that this isn't right, but that this doesn't have to be like this. Just come out and talk. We are not going anywhere. We're not leaving. So come out and talk to us.
The image is reminiscent of a similar iconic photograph, when in 1968, USA Olympic athletes Tommie Smith and John Carlos raised their fist in what they said was a cry for human rights.
But I knew that, like you said, in that picture, in that Olympic picture, that the fist does mean something.
For Winston, it also means the fight for human rights continues, and that the police-involved deaths of African Americans across the country helped build the tension that would explode on the streets of Charlotte after the death of Keith Lamont Scott.
You constantly tell us what we cannot do. We cannot kneel. We cannot march.
However, through his protest of those lost lives, Winston says he found something else.
I found my purpose. I found my purpose that night. I really had to do some soul searching of what is this that I'm doing, I knew I had wanted to keep going, but I didn't know necessarily what that meant. I knew that I didn't want people to just follow a fist in a picture.
Hi, I'm Braxton Winston, and I'm running for re-election to Charlotte City Council at large.
So Winston ran as a Democrat for a seat on the Charlotte City Council and was elected to his first term in 2017. He was re-elected in November of 2019. He says he ran because there had been a lack of leadership from elected and appointed officials, which he believes helped create the climate surrounding the 2016 Charlotte protests. This tactical change in strategy meant now working with the very forces he had been working against.
Government is supposed to be for all people.
This unlikely turn is just the latest in a life filled with twists. Winston was born in Jacksonville, North Carolina, the son of a military father. Mom was a teacher. The family left Camp Lejeune and moved to Brooklyn, New York, where Winston grew up. Murders and crack cocaine were all around him. But Winston excelled academically in his inner city surroundings and received a scholarship to attend high school at a very different place, the prestigious Phillips Academy boarding school in Andover, Massachusetts.
I know what it's like to live in the projects, but I know what it's also like, to go to school with the wealthiest people in the world and the most privileged people in the world.
From this affluent world, Winston's next stop was back to North Carolina and Davidson College in 2001. But weeks later, he left college, devastated after the terrorist attacks on September 11th, which happened not far from his New York home.
I used to be able to see the towers from my parents' bedroom window.
That tragedy greatly depressed him, and he would leave college once more. Winston eventually graduated from Davidson in 2007 with a degree in anthropology, the study of human societies and cultures.
If you prepare yourself for the world, when opportunities come to you, you will learn how to take advantage of them.
He especially enjoys sharing his message of perseverance with children, like the students here at Ashley Park Elementary School in West Charlotte.
Stuff that happened in his life kind of happened in mine. It inspired me to try to grow up and be a better person.
If you don't make it, you can't just sit there and cry and think about it. You have to come back again as a better person or a better soul.
They can get the city they want and deserve.
Serving as a councilman is just one of what Winston calls a three-pronged approach to public service. He says activism and using social media to be a citizen journalist also come with his job.
Showing up and disseminating facts to people objectively so they can determine their truth.
But Winston says by far his most important job is being a father to his 3 children, ages 4 to 12. He says his role as councilman is kind of an extension.
In the end, that's who I'm doing it for, is to try to create the city, state, and the nation that I want them to inherit.
You'll get opportunities to say, in certain situations.
That future he's trying to create began as a long, winding, improbable journey from the streets of New York, a raised fist seen around the world, and finally to a seat at the table. For Carolina Impact, I'm Todd Wallace reporting.